Why do your palms sweat, your heart race, and your mind go completely blank the moment you have to speak in front of a crowd? To understand why standing at a podium feels like a literal life or death situation, you have to realize that for your nervous system, it actually is. Let's travel back to the Ice Age, roughly 20,000 to 40,000 years ago. Humans lived as hunter-gatherers in small, tight-knit bands of about 20 to 50 people. They moved constantly across enormous and unforgiving landscapes, searching for enough food to survive. Life was exceptionally brutal. Most hunts ended in failure. The freezing winter weather killed people constantly, and a broken leg could easily mean death. In this harsh world, there were no walls worth mentioning, no electricity, and no alarm systems. You were essentially a medium-sized primate armed with a spear, trying to sleep in a landscape that viewed you as a food source. Your physical disadvantages were terrifying. You shared this environment with another human species, the Neanderthals, who had been in Europe for 200,000 years before we arrived. They were not primitive. They used fire, made tools, and had broader shoulders and stronger bones built specifically for the cold. By every measurable physical standard, they should have outlasted us. Furthermore, when the sun set, the world went completely dark, to the point where you couldn't even see your own hand in front of your face. For over 300,000 years, every single one of your ancestors spent roughly half their life in near total darkness. You were surrounded by apex predators like cave lions, cave hyenas, and cave bears the size of modern horses. Every single one of these animals was bigger, faster, and better built for the Ice Age than any human. Because our eyes are terrible in the dark compared to predators like leopards and wolves, moving at night meant becoming food. Before humans mastered fire, our ancestors behaved like every other primate. When the sun went down, they found a sheltered spot and stayed perfectly still in fear. The mastery of fire changed that equation overnight. A campfire creates a circle of safety roughly 30 feet in diameter. Inside that circle, predators will not approach. But outside that circle, you die. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer groups have documented that people who wander away from the fire at night are significantly more likely to be killed by predators. Because stepping outside the firelight was a literal death sentence, your survival relied entirely on staying within the good graces of your group. If you were rejected by your small tribe and cast out of that 30-foot circle, you wouldn't just be lonely, you would be eaten. This campfire became the center of the human universe, and it also served as the original stage. Fire restructured the human day, adding 2 to 4 usable hours after sunset. During the daylight hours, about 80% of human conversations were strictly practical work, focusing on hunting logistics, plant gathering, and economic negotiations. But at night, around the safety of the fire, the entire character of conversation changed. At night, 81% of conversations shifted to stories. People told tales of distant places, myths about the origins of the world, and jokes that made the whole camp laugh. Anthropologists argue that this campfire was the original theater, the original classroom, and the place where human culture was born. When you stood up to speak around that fire, the stakes were unimaginably high. The tribe was evaluating you, and your communication skills helped secure your place in the group. Fast forward to today, and your biological hardware hasn't forgotten this dynamic. When you step up to a microphone or a boardroom table, your primal brain still thinks you are standing by the fire, fighting to prove you belong so you aren't banished into the dark. So, how did ancient leaders project power? And how can you hack this psychology today to overcome that primal fear? People decide how to treat you within seconds. If you do not control that first impression, you lose respect before you even speak a word. Host, trick 1 is to speak less, but speak with purpose. Most people think they need to over-explain to prove their worth, but people who talk too much actually look insecure. Conversely, people who speak less look powerful. This relies on the scarcity effect. When something is rare, it naturally becomes more valuable. Instead of trying to prove yourself, pause, think, and then speak clearly and directly without over-explaining. Trick 2 is mastering the power of silence. Silence is deeply uncomfortable for most people, which is exactly why it is such an effective tool. When someone interrupts you, do not rush or raise your voice. Just pause and look at them. When you finish speaking, do not try to fill the gap with nervous chatter. Let the silence sit, which creates a subtle pressure that makes people automatically take you more seriously. Confident people do not chase conversations, they control them. Trick 3 requires you to set boundaries without fear. If your primal brain is terrified of rejection, you might be tempted to say yes to everything to keep the tribe happy. But if you say yes to everything, people actually stop respecting you. Respect is derived from limits. Stating boundaries like, "I'm not okay with that," or "not right now," with calm confidence and no long-winded explanation demonstrates your worth. The moment you begin to respect your own time, others will too. Trick 4 is controlling your body language. Before you ever open your mouth, your body talks. Fast, jerky, nervous movements broadcast anxiety to the rest of the group, whereas slow, calm movements signal deep confidence. Stand straight, maintain eye contact, and let your presence say that you know your worth even if you don't say a word. Here is the ultimate truth you need to remember. People do not respect you because you are nice. They respect you because you value yourself. The moment you stop chasing approval, respect starts chasing you. If you want more psychology-based content like this, subscribe now, because the next video might just change the way people see you forever.